Radio Impronta Digitale con Wayne Stable from Weta Digital, Visual Effects Supervisor di 1010. Thank you to be here, Wayne. The working about 1010 started a long time ago, right?
It started first for us in about 2004. That was when Steven Spielberg approached Richard Taylor and Joe Letteri and Peter Jackson. I think as much as anything based on the characters like Gollum out of Lord of the Rings, and he said, he had Tintin that he wanted to make, and he was thinking of making his live action movie, but obviously there was going to be animated characters like Snowy inside it. So for us it started, what's that, about 7 years ago or so.
So trying to bring the story from the comic page and the comic look to a more similar to a live action but anyway digital movie. How did you work on that?
It was for us to translate it from a comic book to a movie, and that's something which people have to keep in mind, is that a comic book is very different than a movie, so we always have to translate things and change things. It's really a case of, a lot of it was based on the characters. That was the biggest thing, to try and work out how to translate, what do we have to do to their faces and their bodies to read their performance, and so they can talk, and so that we can get lighting inside there. And the same as the backgrounds, which, although in the comic books are very well researched and are very, they're beautifully drawn, but they don't have necessarily a lot of detail inside them. So that was one of our big things, just to get the detail inside there. And we just
it's quite minimal anyway. The drawings of FJ.
They are and they aren't. I mean, he's quite detailed in a lot of his line work on things, and in his research and in his cars. They are very distinctive in terms of how they look. And occasionally he would draw panels where he put a lot of detail inside it, but I guess for budget reasons he couldn't always do that. So yeah, we did have to fill that out with a lot of detail.
Okay, so you worked on particular scene, I guess, in particular settings. Could you tell more about them?
Yeah, I worked across a number of parts in the movie. I did a lot of work inside Tintin's apartment. I did a lot of work inside the scene set inside Marlin's Spike Hall. I did some work aboard the ship, the Caribou Jeanne, when Tintin is helping the captain escape. And I did a lot of scenes inside the town of Bagar, which is a town that's supposed to be set in Morocco in North Africa.
Okay, you told us that many of the research you did on Avatar from a technical point of view, you brought them to 1010 and even got them better, right?
Yeah, certainly the motion capture and the performance capture, we just based that off everything that we had learned of Avatar, and it uses a lot of the same technology to do that. There are some improvements, as you always do, you always build on things and improve them, but really a lot of the technology for the performance capture was what we had done based on what we'd done on Avatar.
Okay. 1010 is coming out today.
It is.
And the kids are recognizing the logo on your shirts on the street, yeah. So do you feel emotionally involved? You think excited? Are you excited for the explanation?
I am really excited about it, actually, because I think I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of the work that we did with it. I started reading Tintin when I was very, very young, and I know that even now there are a lot of really young kids that still love it and still read it, and it's actually fantastic to be able to make this movie and for an even bigger, broader audience and to retell it. So I'm pretty excited about it. A little apprehensive, because it's a big European story, and here I am in Europe when it's releasing, but I'm proud enough of the work that we've done to feel really confident and to just to be genuinely excited that it's coming out here today.
What about the work of Steven Spielberg on his first digital movie?
Mm-hmm. I think it's really excited, the fact that I think Steven's been pretty excited the fact that this is his first animated film. I'm sure it must have been a bit nervous for him as well, even the first time going into this whole new territory. But